We're going to figure out how to break down this room using a grid system so that we can get coordinates to manually type it in 3ds Max. What you want to do is make an X and Y putting 0 in the middle. This is so whenever you create something in 3ds Max, it tries to create over the 0 origin. So this way it will create in your room and not in some other area where you have to look for it, find it, and then move it back in. My width is 40 feet, which means it would go to positive 20 and negative 20, which I did on both of these sides. My height is 28, so it would go, positive 14 and negative 14. I got this just by dividing these numbers by 2. Write down those numbers and we'll take them into 3ds Max. Alright, so now that you have your measurements, we're going to go to Create Geometry AEC Extended. Select Wall. The height and the width can be adjusted here. However, to get the proper length, you want to go to Keyboard Entry and manually type in those points that we found in the last part. So mine was 20 and 14, and let me put in feet so I don't accidentally make inches. Click Add Point. It won't do anything, but you'll notice the cursor has changed. So you have to put in the next point. Go around making sure you don't do any intersections. And it made a wall. My next one would be negative 20, negative 14. And then negative 20, positive 14. You can enter the last part, or you can just hit close. That will give you the measurements for your wall. To do the floor, unless you have anything underneath or any cutaways that you have to do, you shouldn't in this project. Go to Standard Primitive and select Plane. Since we know it's 40 by 28, we could type that in, or we could just draw it over. However, make sure that you turn your length segments and your width segments down to 1 unless you need any bends or any part to be extruded on one side while the other one isn't.